G'day, Barry Reid from Rival Wealth, Auckland. I've been nominated the job of introducing the September e-newsletter, which you have obviously seen, because if you haven't, you wouldn't be watching this video. So welcome to our September newsletter. Now, we're in some interesting times at the moment. As you know, there's a pandemic going on, COVID's running around, and it's not good. This causes all sorts of issues for people, and some of those are financial. And funnily enough, as financial advisors, that's an area we can potentially help you reduce some stress. So I'd suggest after you've watched this video, go make a cup of tea, cup of coffee, or a glass of wine. I find that rosé goes best with maths homework, especially with homeschooling, and make yourself comfortable and have a squiz at what we have to say. Now, a pandemic, you could actually turn it into a plandemic. See what I've done there? And you can actually do a bit of work on the old finances. We don't have a lot of time usually to do this, so setting aside a bit of your time during lockdown to do it might be well worth your while. One of the things we're looking at in this month is interest rates. For those of you that have got mortgages, the interest rates, we're always getting asked the question, what's going to happen? I can tell you with probably 99% certainty, they're not going to go down. In fact, in all likelihood, they'll probably go up. We don't know how far they'll go up or how fast they'll go up, but there's some things you can actually do with your repayments of mortgages to increase that. Should we be paying this off a bit faster if we can? Now, that requires a bit of other work, which we also look at, which is cash management or budgeting. One of the things we don't always do is have a look back and see where our money's going. I know we recently did the exercise here at home. We had a look at our last 3 months' spending to see where all the money was going. I don't know about you, but I happily married a weapon of mass consumption, and it's quite interesting. And we're not looking to blame anybody for how many pairs of shoes my wife needs. But it was, one thing I did find was when we actually looked through all the little payments that were going out, the things like the Netflix and the subscription to Amazon and Disney Plus and Spark Sport and Sky Sport and on and on and on. And she certainly creeps up quite quickly. It's a bit like an incoming tide just catching you around the nether regions of the togs. You get a bit of a shock when it actually happens. But it was a good exercise, and we cut back on what we didn't need and some of the subscriptions to things, and found that we could save $150 a month just by cutting some of those subscriptions off. And $150 a month on the mortgage, that can make a big difference over the long term. The other parts we look at is the good, the bad and ugly of investing. A lot of people today are talking about cryptocurrency and whether they should get into Dogecoin or Catcoin or whatever it is. It reminds me of 1995 when a bloke tried to sell me an ostrich egg. The ostrich egg was then supposed to hatch into a said ostrich. The ostrich would grow up, they would kill the ostrich, there would be leather and meat. Hopefully it would have some progeny and some more eggs, and I'd make lots of money. That didn't happen. The ostrich got sick, the vet bills were expensive, and we ended up bloody asking them to, well, it wasn't a good outcome for the ostrich or my investment. Now, cryptocurrency is an interesting thing. It runs on blockchain. Now, I've got a blockchain down in the garage, which I use and trust to lift the V8 out of the Falcon when she needs a bit of a rebore. And I trust that because I can see it. I'm not sure about the blockchain and it running in Ukraine or Russia or how that goes. So I'd be a little bit nervous about this. Might be good for a bit of a play, but it's not probably going to make you really rich consistently. We have better ways to look at investing. So after you've done the cash management bit, the purpose of that is to determine, hey, after we've paid the bills, we've got some money left over. And saving that money you've got left over and investing that for the future, whether it's short term to cover things like pandemics, or medium term to cover things like when the tyre bursts on the Falcon and you get a $400 bill that you weren't expecting, or long term for the said retirement. Though my wife has said that I'm not allowed to retire, but never mind. So, investing is complicated, and that's where we can come in. Now, as you read through these articles, you might pop up a few questions and you might go, oh, I wonder what the answer is. Well, there's an easy way. Down the bottom's our contact details. Give us a call. We're here to answer your questions. The advisors are waiting by the phones. Unfortunately, there's no steak knives. You don't win any prizes, but getting your plans and getting you on track to your goals is probably the biggest prize. So I hope you enjoyed the newsletter, but do that one thing. Take some action. Sit down, have a look at what you've been spending, where's your money going, and what are you going to do with it. Wish you all the luck. Hope to meet some of you sometime when I'm allowed out of the house, and I'll make sure I'm wearing pants. Have a good day.